Hey folks, Jeff Ferro's on the Hot Homestead. Dang, is it sunny out. So I got a couple cool things I want to show you guys. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of highlight the two items right now. And then I'm going to do an individual video on each one. And but yeah, they are very cool. First off, I want to thank Garvee for sending this stuff to me. And there's a 10% discount code too that I'll put down in the description field, and a link to where you can get that. So, but let's take a look at what I got here. So it's a 2 foot by 4 foot by 8 foot garden bed, raised garden bed. And I tell you what, I like this thing. I put some hardware cloth. I just had some scrap cardboard I threw down there. I got to put obviously soil and all that other good stuff. I like how it's all put together. This is nice and rounded and kind of protected, so it's not sharp at all. I wish they had something for these caps. You know, a cap for this here, because that is a little sharp, especially right there in the corner. These nuts and bolts were pretty simple. They give you a tool to take care of this, to put it all together. When I was doing this middle piece, I did the center one first, because it comes in 4 pieces. So I did the center one, and then I worked it out. And if you notice over there, it's one below, because you got the top piece. There's two layers. So you do the first one. What I did was I did the ends first. And then I was able to kind of lean it against something. And then I did the first layer, and then the first layer, and then it kind of stood up. I did the same thing with the other side. And then I bolted the first couple of them together on the bottom. So then it was all together. Then the other one just easily got placed on top. I can tell you a hint though, is on the top layer, and you'll see this on the individual video, but on this top layer, this one here, leave that one empty when you're putting it together so that this one can go over it. And then it comes with an extra long bolt so that you can put there, because it's got 4 of these sheets of metals, plus it's got this little angle piece, so it needs to be a little longer. So pretty nice. I like it. Now what they also sent me was this thing. This is a little trellis arch. Now, one complaint I have with this is they don't tell you where exactly to put this and this one. So I don't know the distance that it should have been. So I just did this. This one here, I put it at the middle. And then same thing with the bottom. I think the bottom's actually supposed to be up a little bit more, because they want you to push it down in the ground about 12 inches to stabilize it. My ground is hard. I can't get it more than an inch in the ground. So I don't know what I'm going to do. One thing I thought of doing though was taking this and putting it here on my makeshift DIY garden bed. I can put it right here, and I think that may go pretty nice there. Then that way I can put it in and be able to anchor it pretty well. These clamps here are actually pretty cool. You want to obviously make sure the round end is on the inside. And but these clamps are pretty good. There's a netting that goes over it. Now this is just my personal opinion on nets. I hate netting. Absolutely hate netting. I put this together by myself, and trying to put the netting up by myself, I couldn't do it. I spent over 2 hours and I gave up, because I can never find the end of a netting. And then when you think you do, then it kind of moves on you, and then you can't find the end again. So the netting was a pain in the butt. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some like chicken wire or some other kind of wiring that you are going to use in the garden section, and I'm just going to attach that to here, and I'll just use some baling wire to hold it in place, and I think that will work out just fine. Plus I think it will also give it a little bit more stability. Now one thing too was this cross piece on top, I don't know if you can tell, but it's obviously not straight. I got to move that far in over a little. It would have been nice if they would have marked it so I knew where the center was. So I just kind of guessed. So I think I got to move that. But what's nice though is with this here, you can move it. As I tried to move it, I can't see how I can move this. So you can move those so they're not in place. You know, they're not. So I like that you can move this a little bit so you can adjust it. The only screws that were on there are the screws for up here. And it's just on one side. So there's just some screws here. It kind of helps hold it. But I do like this. I really like this. So after I put this together, I looked at this, I'm like, God, that looks so much cooler. I may almost tear this apart and put more of those up. I may not, but my gosh, I like this thing. Nice and deep. You can grow almost anything you want in this. This is 2 feet deep. Obviously, like I said, the hardware cloth is just for rodents climbing up. I got mice. So I haven't seen gophers, but you gotta worry about gophers. So any hoot. So, but yeah, and then like I said, following this video, I'm going to do individual videos on this so you can see more details of it. But I just wanted to highlight it for now. That's about it. See you. Bye. Have fun.